Welcome back to Great Day, my friends. We all know that the Humane Society of Missouri is full of adorable and adoptable pets, right? But do you ever wonder where they were before they got to that point? Many of them, I hate to say this, were locked in tight spaces, they weren't fed, they were left outside to freeze, until the Animal Cruelty Taskforce stepped in to give them a second chance at life, quite literally. As a matter of fact, we were supposed to be interviewing two guests with the Animal Cruelty Taskforce this morning, but they were called away yesterday for a large-scale emergency rescue where the animals are in imminent danger as we speak. I guess it doesn't get more real than that on a day of giving, right? So, please welcome pinch hitter Ann Vincent, who's director of the Adoption Center at the Humane Society, to the show. Thank you for coming in on such short notice. And we're not losing anything here because Ann is extremely well versed in what it's like to be a part of the Animal Cruelty Task Force. So let's start with that. The Humane Society of Missouri is home to the region's Animal Cruelty Task Force. What is it that the ACT does exactly?
So our Animal Cruelty Task Force goes out into St. Louis City, St. Louis County, and then across the state and investigates cases of abuse and neglect.
How do you find those trouble spots? How is a bell rung inside the Humane Society that this address or this farm out in rural Missouri or this place in the city needs some attention?
Sure. So the Humane Society of Missouri has partnerships with law enforcement agencies and regulatory agencies across the state. So that is how a lot of our initial contact is made. But a lot of it is also civilians and citizens who are out there and they're seeing something in their neighborhood that's troubling them, and they call us through our Animal Cruelty Task Force hotline, and that's really how the ball gets rolling.
The reason you're in your line of work in the first place is because you have a deep-seated love for animals. It's unfortunate to me that those same people, the people that have the utmost empathy and sympathy for these animals, are also the ones that are tasked with seeing them in their most vulnerable stages. And that's what the Animal Cruelty Task Force is all about. You see things the rest of us don't want to see, don't even want to talk about. Right. How do you deal with that? How do you process that?
Yeah, we are a group of people who are highly compassionate. We wouldn't do this if we didn't love animals and care for animals. And not everyone can do this. Mm-hmm. And so we have highly skilled, highly trained people. And it is hard. But at the end of the day, you know, one of the things that I take pleasure in is getting to see the turnaround. Right. Getting to see the fearful, unsocialized puppy that we saw just a few months ago in our last rescue, mm-hmm. that blossoms and becomes playful, becomes interested in people, and then gets to go home. And we saw that not that long ago with a pup named Dean. Yeah. And
it's part of our surprise squad.
Exactly.
What a wonderful story.
And that's one of the things that gets you up in the morning, yeah. And you show up at work and you do it all again. Yeah,
you have to deal with the ugly side of it in order to experience that turnaround firsthand. And we talk about second chances. It's not just a phrase they throw around. That's really what it's all about. Thank you so much for what you
Absolutely.
do. We appreciate it. And again, in the second half of the show, you're going to see a story that is just great, I think, about the important work that the Animal Cruelty Task Force does. In the meantime, support the Humane Society of Missouri's Animal Cruelty Task Force right now during our special Day of Giving. You can call the number on your screen. It's 877-803-0078, or visit hsmo.org/DOG, as in dog, but also as in Day of Giving. See what they did there? See? So you can help animals who deserve a second chance.